Welcome back, everybody. We continue the conversations about violence against women, gender-based violence, and what we can do to be better in this society, especially as we have so many NGOs coming out and making a stand and making their voices heard, and a lot of people are rallying behind them as well. I'm happy to announce, to introduce to the public rather, Andre Dillon, who's the creative director of Drama Making a Difference Company, also known as DMAD. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you going?
Very good, very good. Thank you for being with us this morning. And first off, let's hear about the NGO a little bit. Tell us the background of the DMAD Company.
All right, so DMAD was written 2007.
Right.
Coming out of St. Augustine Secondary School, we had drama festival, and we were well successful that year. And one of our members was diagnosed with cancer in her knee, and we did a benefit show for her.
Right.
To buy a wheelchair. And from since then to now, to 2007, people has argued because it's really 2006.
Right. Yeah.
2007 was official. We went down, we came downtown, registered the club, the NGO, but slowly but surely, advocacy work started to take place. Ministry started to access to use drama to go into schools,
right,
to go into communities, and then after that, we ourselves started to see social ills and what we could do. Normally, we'd have done a show. We'd do a show, raise some funds, and I laugh because you don't know no audience right now, right?
Exactly.
You don't know audience right now, right? Right, so those were good days, boy. Let's think.
Yeah, back in 2019, they were
the
good old time days.
2018, you have 400 people in front of you in a performance. So now, in the grimy 2020s, 2021, we have to find innovative ways to get the message across, you know. And that's why we're doing Respect Who, this campaign that we're doing here right now.
Before we jump into the campaign, tell us about the way in which you use drama to, well, I guess, inform the public and to continue with your activism.
Cool. So drama is a lovely tool. Most times, people would use that PowerPoint or that speech,
right?
And what you think the audience would do is sometimes the audience could be offended or put up walls because you're talking directly to me,
right?
When you have drama, or when you have entertainment on the whole, but drama in particular, what that does is slowly seeps into your psyche. You'd sit down and you'd be taking in a play and you'd be like, ha ha ha. Wait. It's me you're talking to.
Right.
It's me you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I've seen we perform and afterwards people come to me and come to the actor and say, yo, that man, it was me, you know. We did something called She Is in 2018 in Maruga in a community center. And a man, like a big, strong man, come out after, because a lot of the work that we do is forum theater, that is interacting with the audience. A man came up on stage and he was angry and he was red because he was seeing himself being the aggressor on stage. And he was talking to the other men in the audience, saying, this was me, I telling you, this is nonsense. And he identified with the character and moved away from the character and denounced the character and tell everybody know me, I used to do this, I used to do that. And it's so powerful to see how drama could slowly but surely move into people,
infiltrate their psyche,
and empower them and move them from a place of negativity to a place of enlightenment, to a place of positivity.
And that is so wonderful. So let's speak now about the campaign, Respect Who.
Respect Who. Respect Who. Now, Respect Who, it sounds like if it's talking to men, but really and truly it's the nation. When who is respected, when she is respected, we are hurt. When your mother is disrespected, somebody cuts your mother.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, that's right,
You know, from since primary school days.
But you know what, I talk to my mother this time.
Exactly.
Don't talk about my mother. But right now, our women are hurting in our society. And a lot of men taking it upon themselves to say, you know what's up, we need to protect, we need to kind of stop this violence against women. But respect her is for both men and women to respect her, because they have a lot of women disrespecting her too. A lot of women going up on Instagram, a lot of women going up on Facebook, a lot of women going into people's relationships, and we're not seeing that as disrespect. The idea is, if I respect her, I won't abuse her.
Right, of course.
And that message don't need to be sent on one day. That message needs to be sent throughout the year. So the DMAD Company taking a real grassroots approach to the whole campaign. We don't have a stage,
right.
So we went to the road. And at this point in time, I want to publicly thank the Route 2, Route 1, and Route 3 maxi taxis. They allowed us to tie some ribbons on their maxis. So if you're seeing a maxi with a red ribbon, a purple ribbon on it, what that is saying is that we, the driver, that is acknowledge the work, the contribution that women and girls make to our society. We also stand against women's domestic violence, against gender-based violence, and we also want to start the conversation, because this is a starting of a conversation. It has so much complex problems in our society,
really
and if we don't start the dialogue, we'll just go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. So this year, it started to generate the conversation. Just Saturday, I was talking to some young fellas, and a scenario was put towards this guy, 16 years, and his comment was, "Why would kill she?" And that didn't resonate. That you can't say that.
Yeah.
You can't say that, and if sometimes we might jokingly say it, or we might, by goodness, you need to put on your foot. Mothers just tell the sons, you need to put on your foot. You don't need to hit her, but shake her a little bit. These are the conversations that we need to start having, and saying that they don't have no place in our society.
Because there's so many things, and as you're saying, it's so complex, and there's so many layers to it. Even in the way in which we converse about women to women as well, there needs to be some type of change and drastic shift to really peel those layers away, attack the problem at the root, and then start being better and doing better.
Now, seeing what it is, plenty people not seeing this is wrong.
Yeah,
simple things that they are doing, this is wrong. So the campaign is asking you, the public, to take your rearview mirror and the right side rearview mirror and paint it purple. Put a little ribbon on it and paint it purple, just for the month of March.
Right.
This week we going out and ask artists who don't have a stage, who don't have a medium, take some time and produce something and hashtag respect her and put it out there. Write 2 lines in a song, draw something, create a dance and put it up on social media, and just stand and say, I'm entering into the conversation, and this conversation does not end in March. This conversation is a ongoing conversation, because we did not reach here overnight, and to get back to where we need to be, where we respect the woman in our society. And when you say that, respect your birthplace. Everybody came from a woman.
Yep.
Everybody came from a woman. Yep. And to know that you disrespect that is hard, So the conversation needs to start happening, and we are here just asking everybody to just spend some time just to put out stuff contributing towards that whole concept of respecting her.
Definitely. And what would you suggest, aside from showing solidarity with the campaign and the movement and, putting the purple ribbon, what would you suggest that the average person can do in their everyday lives to, take the conversation further and actually action something?
Identify where you go wrong. For me to start this, I I saw where I was disrespecting women. I saw how I was disrespecting my wife. I saw how I was disrespecting my mother, and I own it.
Right.
Like literally own it. It starts with me. It must start with somebody, and it can't start with, I can't tell you what to do without me starting it in me. You know, so the way in which I speak to women, the jokes I make, some of our jokes are very funny, but very disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, outside of Trinidad, outside of the beautiful bubble of Trinidad, people could get into some serious trouble if they go out into the world and make the kind of jokes that we make. So we need to start by identifying within ourselves, you know, this might not have been the best way to put this across,
right.
or me neglecting this person or me. So simply 4 people in a room. 4 people in a room. One of them is a woman and is a meeting. Oh, because hey, you go ahead and take the minutes now. How come she have to take the minutes?
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Simple things like that. We need to start identifying and saying, yo, we could do better. We could treat our women as our equal. We could treat our women with respect. And we don't need somebody else to tell us that. We need to start it, you know. So
taking accountability for our own actions first, before we tell anybody else anything. And you know, and that's the thing. That's the start of it for each person to see where they can be better and working on themselves. And then once there are enough people working on themselves, you know, they can go out and do so much more.
So it'll be so much easier now for the paradigm to shift. You know, respect her. I would love to see respect her turn out to be like a say no to drugs campaign.
Right.
Because there's where it's at right now. If you pick up your papers on any given day and you recognize how much abusive stories that you're getting, it's almost like a pandemic in Trinidad and Tobago. And we need to recognize that it's not only DMAD doing this, and a lot of people doing this, and we need to break the silos and come together. So throughout the next 2 weeks, we'll be looking for partners to come together to make this even bigger than what it is right now, to see how best we could transcend more than the month of March, go down into the year, so that come October, November, we wouldn't be seeing the kind of stories we see now.
Correct.
Almost every month, a woman is being killed in some form of violence because of whatever reason, and that is. And we need to take ownership for that.
That's right.
You know?
And Andre, before we go, if individuals who are interested in becoming a part of DMAD or supporting DMAD some way, how do they get into contact? I could,
so it's 761-1734. You could call that number, you get all the information that you need, 761-1734. You could find us on Facebook, DMAD Company. You could find us on Instagram, DMAD Company. And also you could send an email, dmadco@gmail.com. It's real simple. Our slogan is provoking thought to stimulate change. And what we're trying to do. And every little thing that we're doing, we're trying to provoke thought to stimulate change.
And I'm happy that we could provoke some thoughts this morning here. But I want to thank you so much, Andre Dillon, for joining us this morning. And remember, you can put a purple ribbon on your left rear view mirror to show right rear view mirror, side mirror, to show solidarity and standing with the movement, Respect Her, which is a campaign by Drama Making a Difference Company, also known as DMAD. Thank you so much, Andre Dillon, Creative Director. All right, we're going to take a short break and come back with so much more here on the Now Morning Show. Stay right where you are. We'll be right back. Action over chat. No, we don't fight fire with fire.